everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be doing chapter 1 Force Numericals examples given in our book, Selena book, and page number 7. Just open it and understand the examples and solve it on a paper. Now first, a body is pivoted at a point, means a body is fixed at a point. A force of 10 Newton is applied at a distance of 30 centimeter. See, body is pivoted at a point. Okay, this is the point where the body is pivoted. Okay, this is one point where the body is pivoted. Okay, just ignore, it is circle point. Okay, here the body is pivoted and a force is applied of 10 Newton at a distance of 30 centimeters. So this is 30 centimeter. Suppose this is 30 centimeter and the distance is applied at a 30 centimeter. All 30 centimeter here, all 30 centimeter is there. Just imagine. Okay, I'm just telling to imagine, and force is applied of 10 Newton. Okay, now calculate the moment of force about the pivot. Now we have to calculate the moment of force about the pivot. Now 30 centimeter always convert centimeter to meter. Okay, so 30 centimeter is equals to what? That is 0.3 meter, right? So 0.3 meter into 10, just multiply it into 10, you will get 3 nanometer. 0 will cut and 3 ones are 3. 3 ones are 3. So 3 nanometer will be the answer. What the formula is used here is force into distance. Okay, moment of force is equals to force into distance, right? This was the first formula I have told to use during numericals while teaching also. Okay, so that is force into distance. Distance is represented here as r. Okay, now second, the moment of force of 5 Newton about a point P is 2 Newton meter. Calculate the distance of point of application of the force from the point P. Now moment of force is 2 nanometer. Okay, you can see it here. Okay, and force is of 5 Newton applied at a point, right? Now if the perpendicular distance of point of application of force from the point P is r meter, just consider it as r meter, then moment of force is equals to force into distance, right? This was the formula, force into perpendicular distance. Moment of force is 2, that is given in the question. Moment of force about a point P is 2 nanometers. So 2 we will write here. Force is 5, force of 5 Newton, so 5, and r we have considered from the point P is r meter, so r, distance is r, just consider distance as r. So r will be 2 here and 5 goes in divide, so 2 upon 5, that will be 0.4 meter. This is the answer, 0.4 meter. Now question number 3, a mechanic can open a nut by applying a force of 150 Newton while using a lever handle of length 40 centimeter. How long a handle is required if he wants to open it by applying a force of only 50 Newton? More we apply that, more we take the distance from the pivot point, less we apply the force. Now he has to apply less force, right? First he was applying 150 Newton, now he has to apply only 50 Newton. So we will take more length. Length was first 40 centimeter, now the length will be more. Okay, so let's see, 40 centimeter, it will go till meter. Okay, in the first case, force is 150 Newton he is applying. First case, r is 40 centimeter. Okay, length is 40. Now I have told always convert centimeter to meter. 40 centimeter is 0.4 meter. Now moment of force needed to open the nut will be 150 into 0.4. F into r, force into distance. Keep this in mind, F into r, force into distance. So force into distance, force is 150, distance is 0.4. So it will come 60 Newton meter. Okay, just calculate it, you will get 60 Newton meter, and just put it as first sub part of this question. In the second case, now we are finding of second case, which we actually have to find. Force is 50 Newton, right? He has told that he has to apply force of only 15 Newton. If he uses the handle of length L, M, then moment of force is equals to 50 N into Lm. Lm means length meter. We have just considered it as Lm, length. Okay, so 50 Newton into distance, that is Lm we have to consider. So that will be 50 Ln meter. So 50 L Newton meter. This take it as second part. Now from equation 1 and 2. 50 L. 50 L we take it this side, and 60 is equals to 60. 50 60, and L will be 60 upon 50, that will be 1.2 meter. Okay, so Lm is 1, so 60 upon 50 is equals to 1.2 meter. This will be the answer of this numerical. Now let's see further. The iron door of a building is 3 meter broad. It can be opened by applying a force of 100 Newton, normally at the middle of the door. Calculate the torque needed to open the door, the least force and its point of application to open the door. Now, F is given 100 Newton. Okay, see here 100 Newton normally. Distance or point of application of force R is equals to half into breadth of door. Half into breadth of door is 3 meter. So that is 1.5 meter. 3 meter is given here. Okay. So that will come 1.5 meter. 1 upon 2 into 3. That is 1.5 meter. So moment of force needed to open the door will be F into R. This is the formula, force into distance. Force is 100 Newton. 1.5 meter we got here, that is distance. So it will be 150 Newton meter. 100 into 1.5, 150 Newton meter. The units are important, don't miss the units. The force required will be least if it is applied at the farthest point from the hinges. Therefore, the force should be applied at the free end of the door at a distance of 3 meter from the hinges. So, the handle should be at the distance of 3 meters from the hinges. Now, let the force required be F Newton. Then moment of force will be F into 3 Newton meter. This is second sub part. So from equation 1 and 2, F into 3 is equals to 150. F into 3 is here and 150 we got earlier. So F will be 150 upon 3, that is 50 Newton. 150 upon 3 is 50. Right? So answer is 50 Newton. Now fifth sum. In figure 1.17, a roller of diameter 0.4 meter is raised on the pavement XY by forces F1 and F2, each of magnitude 10 Newton. Compare the torques produced by the two forces. Given F1 is equals to F2 is equals to 10 Newton. Now, perpendicular distance of point of rotation X from the force F1 is D1, 0.4 meter, while that of force F2 is D2, that is half into 0.4. So it will be 0.2 meter. We have found 0.2 meter as F2. Now, torque produced by force F1 upon torque produced by force F2. So that is F1 into D1, F2 into D2. So 10 Newton into 0.4 meter. 10 Newton into 0.2 meter. Here we have found, right? 0.4 and 0.2. So that will be 2 upon 1. Okay? 2 upon 1. Now question number 6. The wheel shown in the diagram has a fixed axle passing through O. The wheel is kept stationary under the action of the horizontal force F1 at A and vertical force F2 at B. Show the direction of force F2 in the diagram. We have to show this direction of force F2 in the diagram. This one. Okay. Which of the force F1 or F2 is greater? F1 is greater or F2 is greater? We have to show. Find the ratio between the forces F1 and F2. Given AO is equals to 2.5 cm, BO slash is equals to 1.5 cm and O slash O is 2.0 cm. This and this. It is given. Now the force F1 applied at A produces a clockwise moment on the wheel. So it produces what? Clockwise moment. F1 produces clockwise moment on the wheel. It can be balanced by applying the forces F2 at B in the direction such that it produces an anti-clockwise moment. F2 produces anti-clockwise, F1 produces clockwise. See how it produces. You can see it is producing, F1 is producing clockwise, it is going right like the clock, and it is going like this, so it is anti-clockwise. F2 is producing anti-clockwise, F1 is producing clockwise in a direction such that it produces anti-clockwise, right? Therefore the vertical force of B should be applied in downward direction as shown in figure 1.19. This is 1.19. okay, this is shown in downward direction, so this is the downward direction. It should be applied downward direction. So equilibrium F1 into OA, F2 into OO slash. Now since the perpendicular distance OA at point A, application of force F1 from O is greater than the perpendicular distance O slash of point of application of force F2 from O. So in magnitude, force F2 is greater than force F1. Just read it, you will be able to understand with the diagram. Just see the diagram and read this and understand. You will be able to. Now C part is moment of force F1 about O, F1 into OA, that is clockwise, it will produce clockwise. Moment of force F2 about O, it is F2 into O slash, that is anti-clockwise. See here, F2 into OO slash, right? So it will produce anti-clockwise. And when the wheel is in equilibrium position, clockwise moment is equals to anti-clockwise. So F1 into OA and F2 into OO slash. So F2 upon F1 is equals to OA upon O slash. So we have taken this in division and we have named it as first. Now given OA is equals to 2.5 and OO slash is equals to 2.0. Substituting the value of OA and OO slash in equation 2, the ratio of forces will be F2 upon F1. First we have taken F2 and then F1. F2 is anti-clockwise, F1 is clockwise. So F2 is 2.5, F1 is 2.0. F2 ratio F1, that is 5 ratio 4. 2.5 and 2.0. Okay, so 5 ratio 4 will be the answer. Now 7th one, the following diagram shows two parallel and opposite forces F1 and F2, each of magnitude 5 Newton with their lines of action separated by a distance of 2 meters. A point X is pivoted midway between F1 and F2 while a point Y is pivoted on F2. Calculate the total amount of the two forces about the points X and Y. State the effect produced by two forces about the points X and Y. Now, perpendicular distance of point X from either of the forces F1 or F2 is half into 2 meter. Half into 2. 2 will cut. So, 1 meter will be the answer. So, 1 meter is here. Moment of force F1 about X is 5 Newton into 1 meter. So, that will be 5 Newton meter and it will cross clockwise direction. So, clockwise it will go. Now, and moment of force F2 about X is equals to 5 Newton into 1 meter. So, that also 5 Newton meter. It will also cause clockwise moment. Now, total moment of force will be 5 plus 5. This 5 and this 5 plus we will do. So, 5 plus 5 is 10 Newton meter and clockwise as both are clockwise. So, this is also clockwise. Now, perpendicular distance of point Y from the force F1 is 2 meter. While it is 0 from the force F2. Moment of force F1 about Y will be 5 Newton into 2 meter. 5 into 2 is 10. So, N into M is Newton meter. And it is causing clockwise. And moment of force F2 about Y is equals to 0. Hence, total moment of force about Y is 10 Newton meter. We don't have to add anything here because F2 about Y is 0. If there was something here, we must have added it. But here nothing is there, so we have taken 10 Newton meter and clockwise as total moment of force. Now the effect of two forces about the point X is to produce clockwise and the effect of two forces about the point Y is to produce clockwise. Both are clockwise. X and Y both are causing clockwise. F1 and F2 both are causing clockwise. Okay. Now, two forces each of magnitude 2 Newton act vertically upwards and downwards respectively at the two ends of a uniform of length 1 meter which is pivoted at its center. Draw a diagram of the arrangement and determine the resultant moment of forces about the midpoint of the rod. The arrangement is shown here, okay, given below. AB is the rod which is pivoted at its center. O, this is the center O. It is pivoted here. Force is applied of 2 Newton upwards and force is applied of 2 Newton downwards. Now given AB is 1 meter. Okay. OA is equals to OB, that is 0.5 meter. Okay. Moment of force F is 2 Newton. You can see it here. At A about the point O. A is also 2 and B is also 2. So F into OA. F into OA. Now why this? That is force into distance. This was the formula we have learned, right? Force into distance, or R also you can consider. This was the formula of moment of force, torque. So 2 into 0.5, it will be 1.0 Newton meter. That will cause clockwise direction. Moment of force F is equals to 2 Newton. Here also 2 Newton. At B about the point O, F into OB, 2 into 0.5, that is force into distance. It will be 1.0 Nm Newton meter, and clockwise. So total moment of force, that will be 1.0 plus 1.0, that is 2.0 Newton meter, and clockwise. It is very easy stuff. Okay. Now 9. A uniform meter rule rests horizontally on a knife edge at 60 centimeter mark when a mass of 10 gram is suspended from one end. Draw a diagram of the arrangement. At which end must this mass be suspended? What is the mass of the rule? The 10 gram mass is now shifted to 90 centimeter mark. In which direction must the knife edge be shifted to make the rule horizontal again? मतलब वो अलग अलग है, उसे हम horizontal लाना है. Now figure 1.2. This figure shows uniform meter rule AB. You can see this is meter rule AB, right? Rest horizontally on the knife edge. This is the knife edge. This one. Okay, this is the knife edge. Let mg be the mass of the rule. We have considered it as mg. That is mass of the rule. Uniform rule has same distribution of mass throughout its length. So its weight mg will act at its middle point at the 50 centimeter mark. So it is 50 centimeter mark and it will act at its middle point. So 100 centimeter, what is the middle of 100? That is 50. Half of 100 is 50. So at 50 centimeter mark. The weight mg of the rule produces an anti-clockwise moment about the knife edge O. So mg will produce anti-clockwise. You can see it here. It will go like this. So it will produce anti-clockwise, right? In order to balance it, 10 gram mass must be subtended at NB. In order to balance it, we will subtend 10 gram mass at NB. Means here. Here we will suspend 10 gram mass. That is the mark 100 centimeter. To produce clockwise moment about the knife edge O, if we have to produce the clockwise moment, then we will subtend 10 gram mark. Now from the principle of moments, what we have learned, anti-clockwise is equals to clockwise moment. Mg into what is mass of the meter rule into 60 minus 50 and 10 gram into 100 minus 60, that is a clockwise. So mg into 10, 60 minus 50 is 10, 10 gram into 40, 100 minus 60 is 40. So mg into 10 is equals to 10 gram into 40. So mass of rule M will be 40 gram, right? 10 will cut and gram will be, mg will be 40. So 40 gram. Now when the 10 gram mass is shifted to 90 centimeter mark, its distance from the knife edge reduces, resulting in decrease of clockwise moment. So the knife edge must be shifted away from 10 gram mass to reduce the distance between the knife edge and mass M, so as to make the anti-clockwise moment by M equal to reduced value of clockwise moment. Okay, so we have to shift the 10 gram mass from away from the 10 gram mass to reduce distance. Okay, we have to कम करना है हमें distance. नाइफ एज और मास एम के बीच में हमें डिस्टेंस कम करना है, तो हम 10 ग्राम मास को अवे कर देंगे नाइफ एज से. ओके, सो नाउ ऑन अ seesaw, two children of masses 30 kg and 50 kg are sitting on one side of it and distance is 2 meter and 2.5 meter respectively from its middle. Where should a man of mass 74 kg sit to balance it? Means we have to balance 74 kg man on the seesaw. Okay, now let two children be sitting on the left arm. let's consider two children are sitting on the left arm. They will produce anti-clockwise moment due to their weights about the middle point of seesaw. So see, this is the seesaw. Okay, here the children are sitting, so they will produce anti-clockwise, right? Total anti-clockwise moment will be 30 kgf, 30 kg plus into 2 meter, 2 meter, 50 kgf, 50 kg, and into 2.5 meter. We will just add it. So 60 kgf into meter plus 125 kgf into meter. So that will be 185 kgf into meter. Now to balance it, the man should sit on the right arm. Here the man should sit. Here the children are sitting both. As to produce a clockwise moment. To produce clockwise moment, the man will produce clockwise moment. About the middle point. Middle point, this is the O where the seesaw is pivoted. Let its distance from middle be xm. Let this distance be xm. Then clockwise moment is equals to 74 kgf into xm. So 74 into xm, right? Xm is distance. So 74 is force. So force into distance. So that will be 74 x kgf into meter. Now by the principle of moments in equilibrium, anti-clockwise is equals to clockwise moment. Anti-clockwise we have found 185. You can see it here, 185 kgf into meter is equals to 74x. 74x, the man is sitting. Okay, 74 kg. Or x is equals to 185 upon 74. Just take this and divide. Meter is equals to 2.5 meter on the other side. So 2.5 meter, man should sit at a distance of 2.5 meter from the middle. So here this distance should be 2.5 meter from the pivoted point of the seesaw. Now question number 11. 1.23 shows below shows a uniform meter rule AB pivoted at its end A at the 0 mark and supported at the other end B by spring balance when a weight of 40 kgf is suspended at its 40 centimeter mark. This rule stays horizontal. Find the reading of the spring balance when the rule is of negligible mass and mass of 20 kg. First is negligible and second is 20 kg. This is the spring balance. Just see this in your textbook and refer to it while solving this sum. Now when the rule is of negligible mass, we have to find this first, right? Just a minute. Yes. In the absence of support at the end B by the spring balance, the rule will turn clockwise about the pivot A due to weight 40 kg at the 40 centimeter mark. To keep the rule in equilibrium, that is horizontal, a force Fc is needed upwards. Means a force F is needed upwards at the end B as shown in figure 1.24, which is provided by the spring balance. So the reading of the spring balance will be F. Okay, upward it will show F. This is F, right? Now in equilibrium as shown in figure 1.23, clockwise moment about the point A is equals to anti-clockwise moment about the point A, or 40 kgf is into 40 centimeter is equals to F into 100 centimeter. F will be 40 into 40 upon 100 kgf. So 16 kgf 40 into 40 upon 100. Just calculate it. 0 will cut, 0 will cut, 0 will cut. 4 into 4 is 16. So 16 kgf. Thus the reading of spring balance will be 16 kgf. Now when the rule is of mass 20 kg, that is weight of 20 kg, the weight 20 kgf of the rule will act on the 50 centimeter mark. Okay, and since the meter rule is uniform as shown in figure 1.25, see here, both the weight 40 kgf and the weight of rules 20 kgf produce clockwise moments about the point A. So the force F is needed upwards at the end B to keep the rule horizontal. See here, it is upwards at the point B. Now in equilibrium as shown in figure 1.23, that is before slide, total clockwise moment about the point A is equals to anti-clockwise moment about the point A. 40 kgf into 40 centimeter plus 20 kgf into 50 centimeter, that is A and B, right? So it will be F will be 40 into 40 and 20 plus 20 into 50. So upon 100, so F is into 100 centimeter kgf, that is 26 kgf. Now thus the reading of spring balance will be 26 kgf. Thank you all to reach the end of this video. Subscribe, like and share to all your friends of ICSE team. Share my channel and do tell them to subscribe. In next video we will be looking exercise 1A. Till then, bye bye.